What you want to do is jack it up, just right there on the frame, pretty much anywhere along the frame. The last thing you want to do is jack it up here. So, and once you get it jacked up, you put jack stands in. We probably have enough room in the back. We probably just need to lift up the front, right?
Yeah.
Just lift up the front of it. Put jack stands under it. You want to get it decently high, right? Because we're gonna have to slide this tranny out. How big is it?
Not big enough. Not big enough.
Yeah, we're gonna have to lift it pretty high and slide it out from underneath. All right, so we got 2 jack stands right there. They don't look very sturdy, but then we got 2 more here on the front crossmember. So that's how we're supporting it. I mean, I personally want to put probably another support somewhere, but I think this is probably decent enough. I've been under worse. So that's step 2. Set the jack stand. Next thing you want to do is start taking off the drive shaft bolts. For these bolts, I mean, obviously this one is different on this particular one because someone rigged this up, but you can use a 7/16 is actually probably the size rather than an 11. So
Get a drain pan ready.
Yep. All these are loose, so you just want to go ahead and get them all out, and then you should be able to pop this out of here. Oh God, why is it? Oh,
It's fine. That's what it's supposed to do.
Is this heavy? Okay, good. We're good. And now you just grab it and slide it out, and be sure you catch that.
I think I got good aim. And I've heard that this cross member can just be brought back into these further 2 holes.
For the Turbo 350?
Yeah, because the Turbo 350 is a little bit longer.
Will we be able to use this drive shaft?
No, unfortunately not. It's a tad bit short.
So if you're putting a Turbo 350 in, like we are, you're going to have to use a longer drive shaft or go get your current one. That's a nice exhaust there.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get your current one lengthened. So now we're getting taken off the cross member, and these bottom nuts are 11/16, so that's what I'm going to assume the top ones are, not going to come off. Up here you want to get something to hold that in place while you take the nut off. So put the bolts out on that side. The next one we're going to is the center one. And what size are you thinking that is?
Okay.
What size are you thinking that center nut is?
15 millimeter.
You think that shallow is going to get it?
Yep.
And then back to these again, which are 11/16. Now, how easy do you think it's going to be to get that cross member out with that bolt going through it?
Easy.
You got to push the tail shaft up.
So now the train is coming up. That stud is no longer coming through.
Push to your side. Just like that.
Cross member's out.
Alright, that's it.
You put the bolts back in the holes on it? Or?
Yeah. And then
Put the nut back on the stud. Don't lose that. So the plan now is
we're gonna pull the flywheel cover. I think there are 1, 2, 4 7/16 bolts, maybe 10 millimeter. I'm not sure. There's 2 starter bolts over here. We're gonna remove the starter, get it out of the way. Actually, we might not have to remove the starter because it's bolted to the block.
yeah.
So I guess we could leave it.
I mean, would it make it easier?
No, not really. Unless there's a bell housing bolt kind of hidden, but I think they're all decently easy to get to. And then tranny cooler lines.
Shift linkage.
Shift linkage. Wiring harness. If there's, I mean, I think there's a tiny bit of wiring harness here. Maybe.
Yeah, not a whole lot. Any connectors over there?
No. Oh, actually, the kick-down cable that goes up to the throttle body is right here. And I've always had trouble getting these out for some reason. Maybe it's just me, but I usually just unhook them from the throttle body and shove them behind the block, and when the tranny comes out, the kick down cable.
Where are these covers at? Cover bolts at?
There's one right here by the starter. There's one here, and there should be another one up there by the filter.
Yeah, there is. I was like out of focus the whole time, but one there, one there, ow, and then one there. While he's doing those, I am going to start disconnecting some of these connectors back here. I mean, there's only two that I can see. Get these off here. I'm probably just going to gently use a flathead because the last thing you want to do is start breaking the plastic on there and it doesn't want to connect again. So be careful when you're doing that. And one thing, whenever I pulled this connector off, this blue O-ring right there, or I used to just call it seal, it's not really an O-ring, kind of fell off too. You want to be sure you grab that and put it back on there because we're not 100% sure if we're going to have to use these connectors again, but if we do, we want to be sure it's sealed off, and you can already see all the fluid on it. Some fluid got in there, but you're going to try to prevent as much fluid as possible from getting back in your electronics. This connector was a bit different. I'm not even sure if I had to take it off, but no, I probably didn't. But I just took this back cover off. Pretty much this, it looks broken, possibly. Yeah, I think it's broken, but I pretty much just had to grab this and wiggle it out. It didn't even clip in there. So, just some insight. Maybe you're just like that. Now you're over here
Fucking line wrenches.
undoing these. So, did you have to use line wrenches to break them loose?
I don't know if I had to, but I chose to.
Was it probably the best option?
Yeah.
Okay.
But 90% of the time they're really tight.
Yeah.
And
line wrenches aren't very long usually.
And they love to round. I broke them loose with the line wrenches. This is just faster using it open.
Yeah, exactly. So, now we're taking off the cooler lines. Let me get that other drain pan underneath here so we can get ready when it starts
Oh,
pulling.
motherfucker, I think I just got tranny fluid in my ear. I'm not leaking.
That's good.
Oh, there's a little bit.
Oh yeah, those would definitely be line wrench material. You don't want to round those.
It's like brake line.
Yeah.
They
probably wouldn't be seized in there as brake line usually is, but
yeah. But I have
still.
I don't know what I'm gonna do here. I don't know if
you might have to drop the exhaust.
the exhaust sucks on this thing. It's a 15 millimeter, but I'm gonna need a deep on that one. I guess I'm just gonna grab an extension, hit him with the impact. But I don't know where to unhook them at.
Alright, so we're going to try to drop this exhaust down. I think we're going to unbolt it from the exhaust manifolds here.
Snap on.
Is that at least an impact
No.
waffle?
No.
Is it a U-joint or a, oh god, it's a U-joint. Okay, hold on, I'm going to look away. Get around it. Huh! It got it. Would you look at that? I don't know about all that. Though.
Yeah, no.
I don't know about all that.
No. It ain't gonna happen. The top one's gonna be a bitch. Maybe now that I loosen that side, I can beat it or spin it around.
Yeah, spin it around. Not a bad. Look at that. Man, it's not often things work out how you think it will.
I know, right? Oh, man. So rusty.
Turns out you want to have the transmission supported as you're taking down these exhaust bolts, because it will fall onto the exhaust and it will move the exhaust pipe so close to the nut that you cannot get a socket on there to begin with.
Okay, I guess now that that's out, we really don't have to pull anything else. We don't have to completely pull the exhaust. I just needed this out.
Yeah.
Shit, I probably just needed to jack up the transmission in the first place. Because the transmission was sagging.
Yeah, that's true.
God, I'm stupid. Okay.
Alright, so now torque converter bolts.
Yep.
They are 15. All right, and what we're gonna have to do to get some of these torque converter bolts are rotate the engine. So that's probably what you're gonna have to do too. I mean, you will have to turn it around to get other ones. But the crank bolt is a 5/8, and at the moment we're using a deep socket. And I'm not sure that'll work with that without a flex head if it'll get past that sway bar.
Tell me where you need
What the crap?
What?
The crank bolt or crank pulley just shifted in.
It did?
Like the thrust bearing is boo boo.
Okay, go tell me where you need your...
Turn it. God, what would that be? Tighten it. That's pretty close to a little bit more. Right there.
Okay.
I should be able to get that. And again, this is a 15 millimeter. We just got the 3 torque converter bolts out. I had to have my ratchet on loosen, and whenever I did that, it was able to turn the crankshaft. So, Chase, what do you have your ratchet on?
I think it's on Titan.
Yeah, I think it's on Titan also.
Yeah.
So you have to set the opposing ratchet that you're going to have on the crank bolt. Now, whether you have to find a way to wedge that up against the body and hold it in place, or have a friend hold it, you're going to have to probably have someone hold it while you break these loose because they're so tight. All right, so next thing we're doing is removing the shift linkage, and it is a 15 millimeter nut. Now, if you get a ratchet or a wrench on here or something, it will turn this. So I'm just going to use an impact and hit it off real quick. Not like that. Oh, wow. Okay, exactly like that. So now that's off. You should just be able to grab it and take it off.
Yep, just like that.
Just like that.
And just let it hang out of the way.
Now we just lower the jack down, and then we take out the bell housing bolts, and the transmission should just come right out. So now we're taking out the bell housing bolts. There are 6, 2 right there, and then you can see 1 past these lines, and it's identical on the other side. So you only have 6 to take down. These look like they're 15 millimeter, right?
Yeah, I think so. See, I told you, just one extension.
Oh, well, yeah, just 1 8-foot extension. Actually turns out the nuts and I think a bolt, right? Or is it all nuts?
It's all bolts.
These
Some
look
of
like
them
nuts.
They
Or
are,
studs.
but the stud comes out with them.
Ah, okay. So they're actually 14s, not 15s. So get your 14 millimeter ready. One thing that we almost forgot that you don't want to forget is before you get those bell housing bolts out, you want to
I just want to make sure when I fucking climb up on it, it's not going to fall on you.
you want to get off the kickdown cable.
Which is, where'd that booger go?
Is it not that? There's a bottom one.
Oh yeah, it's that one right there. Oh,
Nice. So just cut the zip tie.
and I got to push it out of here,
Yeah.
out of its bracket. Can you hand me something to cut the zip tie with? Yeah, we're going down, boys.
Yeah.
Balance it.
Okay, stop. Woohoo. What's that?
Fucking kick down cable. It's tangled up in the wire harness. Oh shit. There it goes.
It's coming.
Yeah, just let it roll off.
All right, 1. Okay, that's
2, 3.
thing we just had to do also to be able to make this short enough to slide out from underneath the cars. We had to pull the dipstick tube, which plugs in just
Right there.
right there. And you just have to pull it out. This is a little O-ring, I think, right?
Yeah.
Holding it in, so push that broken thing out of there. We got the transmission out. What are we going in with?
Turbo 350 B&M shift kit.
Turbo 350, so we're going to try to make that the next video on how to install that. So it came out pretty well. So thanks for watching. If this helped you out, leave a like, that'd be great, and subscribe if you want to see more.